This is Stay Paid, the marketing podcast that gives listeners a competitive edge to stay motivated, find inspiration, and discover proven real-world tactics from some of the best marketers across the nation.
Welcome to Stay Paid. My name is Joshua Stike, and I am once again without Luke Acree because this is another special best of episode. We're going to be bringing you some clips from some of the best advice that we've heard on client events over the last 500 episodes. Client events over the last probably 2 years, but especially in the last year alone, is one of the greatest opportunities and probably the most common thing that has come up with some of the top producers that we've had here on the podcast. We wanted to share some of the best advice that we've learned so that you can start adding these into your marketing repertoire. So we're going to talk about some of the types of events to throw, how to make them inexpensive to host, and the long list of benefits that go along with it. So this first clip is all about maximizing your touch points from just one event and how you can reduce the cost. Check out what Luke has to say about that.
One of the keys to events that make them so powerful is the invitations beforehand. And I'm not talking about just the physical email you send or invitation you send, it's the actual personal phone call. Mm-hmm. The reason why client events work so well is because you get to talk to the person and invite them to the event. Then you see them at the event. Then you get a follow-up after the event to thank them for coming. So you have 3 touch points built into one, right there, which is awesome for you. And then the second is get people to pay for your event. So you have title partners, mortgage lenders, local businesses. They will chip in and pay for your events. A lot of these people who run them all the time, they don't even pay for them. They get their partners to help pay for them.
So there you go. The event is just one touch point of many. Make sure you are capitalizing on that to touch your clients and those people that you're inviting before the event, after the event, and during the event. And check out, don't lose that golden nugget in there. You can actually help the cost of your events by having your partners pay for it. I know we've interviewed people in the past that said they've never spent a dime on client events because they get all of their partners in business to show up and help them cover that event. You are cross-pollinating your list. You're bringing more prospects and more relationships in front of them. So the majority of the time, they're more than happy to chip in. This next clip comes from Shannon Gillette. She's a realtor and founder of the Gillette Group in Phoenix, Arizona. She's an industry leader who's been featured on CBS and HGTV and has over a decade of record-breaking results. She and her team host multitude client events every year. I think they do one at least once a month, and they use the power of social media to spread the word on what they are doing and to get more people involved. This is one of our favorite client events we've ever heard from a podcast guest. If you're a regular listener of Stay Paid, you have heard us mention this before. Check it out.
Every client that's on social media, they have hundreds of followers themselves. So they're tagging us and saying, we love our realtors. They just had this fun Easter egg hunt. Our Easter egg hunt, we had 250 people. We had 3,000 eggs. We had a DJ, bounce houses. For Christmas, we took over 300 kids living in foster care on a shopping spree. And we invited our clients out to be personal shoppers with these kids. So our clients are out serving the community with us. Of course, we have our videographer there. So we're getting all this great content to building that brand of know, like, and trust.
That idea of basically partnering with a charity like the shopping spree or the food bank, but inviting your clients to serve along with you.
It's incredible.
Unbelievable. Yeah. Like that is the golden nugget of the episode. That is amazing.
So there you go. Getting your clients involved in a charitable event is an all-around win for everybody involved. Think about the ways in which you can give back and include your clients. Don't miss the golden nugget, the second golden nugget, maybe the silver dollar that Shannon Gillette dropped in there as well. She has a videographer. So she hires a videographer for every one of her events to come and capture footage so that she can continue to share that on social media, share that with others to hopefully get more people involved, but it also gives her content for her own social media. If you've been a listener for a while, you've probably heard us talk about Luke's brother, Steven, who's a realtor in Virginia. He is top 1%. I think he's like number 1 in Lynchburg, and I think we just talked about on the other show, he's number 7 in all of Virginia. His team is. This one event that Steven hosted was a turning point in his career. And it's just so easy. You're going to want to write this one down.
So you need reviews from your past clients, whether it's for your Google business profile, your website, your Facebook pages, you need to get reviews. Check out this story on how we captured 67 reviews. So my brother's a real estate agent in Virginia. He's top 1% in the nation, but we were setting up his Google business profile and he didn't have any reviews. So we were trying to figure out how do we get his clients to review him? So what we did is we did a client event where we literally handed out free pies to all of his friends and family and his past clients. So we sent out the invitation, they came to his office and he started giving them pies. But here's the key point. As he gave them the pie, he asked them if they would review him on social media, specifically his Google business profile. He captured 67 five-star reviews that day from giving out pies. And why does it work so well? Not only have these people had a great experience and they love Steve, and that's why they're showing up to his office, but he's triggering reciprocity. He's giving them a pie. They naturally want to reciprocate back to him. Not only did he get reviews in the written for his Google business profile, he also filmed video testimonials that same day and used them in his marketing. So if you're looking for a way to get reviews, that's a powerful way to do it. Take action on it. Would love to hear your results.
Awesome. There you go. Great advice and a great idea. Who would not want to stop by for a free pie? If you're listening to these clips closely, you're noticing some things. Shannon Gillette had a videographer there to capture content for her social media. Steven is getting people to leave him a Google review, which is taking his client event, which is giving appreciation, giving back to his clients, and using that as an opportunity to get more reviews on his Google page. And he's got a videographer there as well who's filming client testimonials. So you can get so many additional opportunities out of one single client event. All right, this next clip event idea is so easy and so affordable. It comes from Garrett Maroon, a real estate agent and team leader with over $100 million in sales. He understands the value of connecting and caring about clients and has built a mostly referral-based business, so he knows exactly what he's talking about. He's closed 88 deals in 2022, last year, all sourced from referrals from his database of a little over 300 people. He throws this client event every year. Listen up.
Yeah, in the fall every year, we do from 9 to 11, we rent a local park and we do coffee and donuts and free family portraits. So I pay our photographer to come, people show up, we do free family portraits, coffee and donuts. And then afterwards we get them printed, we frame them, and then we drop them off at their house, right? As a pop-by gift. So yeah, we do that every single year.
How much does that cost you? Just average?
Man, like $600.
Yeah, get out of here.
Yeah, dude, I have not spent more than $1,000 on a party in years.
There you go, $600, and again, an extra touch point. I didn't even realize that was going to come up after I made that point. But not only is he getting an opportunity to give coffee and donuts to his clients, give them something of value, which is those photos, but then he prints them for his top clients and drops them off as a client pop-by in the future. Our last clip isn't about a specific client event, but explains the key principles for why client events work so well and how you can use them to position yourself as the go-to person in your industry and area of expertise. Let's see what Luke has to say.
When people come to your client event, they want to reciprocate. 91% of people will refer you, 11% of people ask. Ask for the referral in your follow-up, and you don't use Barb Betts method. You're not asking for the referral. The referral sounds like a sales word. The referral sounds like you're asking for something like, give me payment. No. You just say, hey, I just want to help as many families as I want. I want that Christmas party to be bigger next year than it was this year. And if I think about the people that I love to work with, that I love being in relationship with, you're obviously one of them, Josh. I was just wondering, do you have any friends or family that I can connect with, that I love to be a resource with, that you think, you could connect me to?
So there you go. And that's really a bonus tip, because while that's a great line to use at your client events when speaking to clients at the event or in your follow-up, it's also an amazing line that you can use in your phone calls as well, especially if you're a client of Reminder Media and sending your brand and magazines. We go over this on a recent episode that we talked about sending holiday gifts to your clients, making sure that you are sending holiday gifts to your clients. When you send that gift, whether it's one of our magazines or it's a different type of gift, make sure you're following up with them, letting them know, hey, I got my magazine in the mail. I was thinking about you. You're using that leverage point, your reason for the call. Talk about life. That's the whole goal of this conversation, is just to catch up on life. How's life been going? And then use this transition that's going to spark something good in your business. Talk about their work. Ask them how their work is going. Hopefully you're documenting that in your CRM. You know what their job is. If you don't, be general about it. Ask them about that work. That's naturally going to make them want to ask you about your work, which is where you then get to transition into this idea of, hey, I have a lofty goal in my business. I love to work with 50 people. I'd like to help 50 families this year. To be honest with you, if I could help 50 people like you, that would make my day. Is there anybody that you can connect me with that I can help in my business as well? And it gives you another opportunity to capture those referrals. So there you go. Those are some ideas, the best of ideas for hosting client events that we've gone over in this last year on Stay Paid Podcast. Thank you so much for listening. You can head on over to staypaidpodcast.com for the show notes and the video of this episode. And if you like this episode, you can head on over to Apple Podcast or head on over to Spotify. Maybe Spotify now has polls,
yes.
Right, Ethan?
Yes, it does, yeah.
So maybe one of our polls could be like, hey, do we even need Luke anymore?
Exactly.
Right?
Like, it could just be the Josh Stike show.
We'll
put the poll down there for you guys. Yes.
We've got 500 episodes. We could keep doing this for as long as we want.
Let's make spinoffs.
The best way to help out the show is to simply share the podcast with somebody that you know. All right, dag joke. This was pulled for me, so don't blame me. Let me see. Which one do I want? There's two. Whenever I'm leaving a party, this is related to client events. So anytime that I'm leaving a party, I write my name on a piece of paper and I hand it to the host. Guess what that is? That's my signature move. Thank you so much. If you want to get a hold of us, you can email us at podcast@remindermedia.com. And of course, you can follow us on Instagram. We are at Stay Paid Podcast. On Facebook, we are, just type in Stay Paid Podcast. You'll get us. And then on TikTok, you can check us out. We're at StayPaid_podcast. For this episode of Stay Paid, I'm Joshua Stike, and here's your action item. This is coming out here near the end of 2023. Make sure that you sit down and schedule out. It doesn't have to be 12. At least do it quarterly. And if you're doing it quarterly, do it 6 times a year. If you're doing it 6 times a year, set a goal to go 12 times a year. Keep pushing yourself. If you're doing client events, we have this saying, right? Like, how many touch points should you have during the year with your clients? And it's a secret formula, and the answer is always more. So if you're doing client events now, you can always do more. Map out a plan for what client event you're going to use. Follow Garrett Maroon's budget principle. He never spends more than $1,000 on client events. If you want to go all out, do an Easter egg hunt like Shannon, get some partners involved, have them come up, set up a table, sponsor one of the events that are happening at the Easter egg hunt, get them involved in your client events as well, because they will get to meet new people and you will reduce the cost of your marketing. So there you go. Remember, the difference between top producers and mediocre producers in any business is top producers take action. So take action on that today.